In a previous tutorial, we took a look at the three gradebook views that you have to choose from: user report, grader report, and the at-a-glance gradebook. We're now going to look at each of those individual gradebook reports in detail and talk a little bit about what each tells you about how both individual students are doing and how the class is doing as a whole. There are two main ways to access the gradebook. The first is to click on Grades from within the administration block on the SmartWork home screen. Alternatively, we can select on a homework assignment and then select View Submitted SmartWork Test Scores. And by this method, we can see how students are doing on an individual assignment. We can change test scores, we can leave comments, and then we can update our changes. Now let's look at the three student views. We're going to start with the grade report, and I'm just going to use the top navigation to scroll to the grader report. And as you can see here, this just gives me a detailed view of how students are doing on various homework assignments. I have their average scores as well as how individual students are doing. We're going to turn our attention now to the at-a-glance report. The purpose of the at-a-glance report is just to give you an overall view of how students are doing in a very visual sort of way. So we can look at all of these columns and we can see which homework assignment students were really struggling with just by looking at the colors of the blocks. The blue means they got the question correct, the yellow that they struggled with it and moved on. Now let's look at the user report. The user report allows us to look at how an individual student is doing. So in this case, I'm looking at Demo Student 3, and I can look at all of the assignments that they were working on, see their grade, and their as a number and then as a percentage.